Well, good morning in this pre-dawn hour from the hospital. Don't worry, everybody's okay. So far, so good. But I wanted to check in because it might be a little while until you see me again. And that is because we are back in the hospital for Allie to have another surgery. Now this one is just as maybe possibly just as invasive, but this is a good surgery in the sense that last time they cut her all apart. This was in January, if you remember. They detached all her intestines from her. They cut out parts of her intestines. They took out some other stuff. They took out abscesses. They did all this crazy surgery to save her life. So her life was threatened and her life was hanging in the balance. They needed to get that surgery done. And this time what they're doing, what they're meant to be doing, is putting her back together again. So she's looking forward to the surgery because she had some equipment on her this entire time and a hole in her body, and that's all going to be closed up and taken off, supposedly. And it can go one of two ways. They can either go laparoscopically, and which means, the little robot arm type things, and it won't be too bad, just a couple of little holes in her, and they patch her up, and it'll all go really smoothly. Or you never can tell with surgery, just like you never can tell with bees, and they might have to reopen her incision, which makes it a little bit more of a hefty surgery. That means like a full-on, abdominal surgery is never like, just a run-of-the-mill thing. And so that'll be opening up the whole abdominal area and messing with her insides again. So we just checked into the hospital a few seconds ago. Actually, I'll show you what Allie said right before we went in. We're back at the hospital again. All because of you. How do you feel?
I don't know. I feel okay.
Are you ready?
Kinda.
They're putting you back together.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
But see, this way, if you're back together, hopefully it'll be your last time for a while.
Yeah.
I keep telling you, just get healthy. I don't know why you won't listen to me.
I'm trying.
I love you.
I love you.
And anyway, she walked up to the check-in area. We got her all checked in, ready for surgery, and now they're taking her back and prepping her. I don't get to go in there during that part. You still have to wear masks in the hospital, but I was thinking I can't complain because it's sort of the one place where masks, they make sense, in a hospital. Yeah, so anyway, so she's up there now getting prepped for surgery. I get to see her again in about 20 or 30 minutes, and then I take her back for a long process. So it's gonna be a long day, an emotional day, I'm sure, for me. And yeah, so I'll let you know what happens in a little while. Hey, you're all prepped up. You got your disguise on?
Yeah,
You ready? You scared?
kinda.
Oh, but not too scared, right? I'm usually the one that's scared. You'll be okay. At least they're fixing you this time and not ruining you like last time. You're like, they're gonna ruin me. You'll be better.
Yeah.
See you after. Bye, Allie. Oh, that just took so long. For some reason, it took an extra hour, just a little over an extra hour. And right before she went into surgery, the nurse, that's the surgery nurse, the one that's going to be in there with the surgeon, was like, yeah, it'll be an hour and a half max. And it was a little over 2.5 hours. And finally, the surgeon just came out right now and told me that she's okay. She has to go to the recovery room. They still don't let visitors in the recovery room, any visitors. And so it'll be like an hour till I can see her. But I got to tell you, I was just holding perfectly still for the last hour. Like for the first hour, I was like, okay, they've got it under control. And I was getting emotional. I was like getting all choked up. And I was like, it's cool. Been through this before, no problem. Then that little half an hour, I'm like, okay, they said it would be an hour and a half. Maybe that's their long estimate, so no problem. So I was cool. And I was actually the most calm then, because any second the doctor's gonna pop out. And then there was a whole hour. And that whole hour, I wasn't even emotional. I just froze. So I was so relieved. The surgeon came out, everything is good. So hopefully I'll be able to see Allie in an hour. Stressful. You can't get used to this kind of stuff, but it's just as stressful. So when the stress relief comes, you're like, ah, So anyway, I'll get to see her in a minute. There you are. I've been up here for a couple hours with you. There's my brave girl. Easier this time?
Yeah, sleepy.
You've already been walking though. You've already been up and down. And it's way better than last time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Still gonna be bad for a while, but that's good. You already ate some Jell-O, a tiny bit of Jell-O, but you're a very tiny person, so
Yeah.
that helps. I love you.
I love you.
You want to say anything to anyone?
Thank you for all your nice messages.
Aww. Okay, so down the road, just a few miles away, I can hear the Disneyland fireworks are booming, which means it's not that late at night yet, but it has been a very long day. Allie is already asleep. I turned off all the lights up there. And when you're in the hospital like this, especially right after surgery, you got to get all the sleep you can because they will wake her up at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning and take blood and check her, you know, for all kinds of different stuff. So this time went a lot smoother than last time so far. You know, fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that. It seems like she's doing a lot better. It seems like it's going a lot easier. It's a much easier procedure, and they did it the easiest way. So we're relieved, we're tired. She did get up and walk around and move around just a little bit already. She didn't really eat, but she's starting to get there with all that. So it's still, every night in the hospital is long, as any of you know who have ever spent the night in the hospital as a visitor or as a patient. And so we're in for a long night and a couple days in the hospital, but I couldn't be more grateful for the way things turned out so far. Anyway, this video is just to sort of keep everybody updated. We know that a lot of people are asking what's going on and is she okay and what's up with the surgery, what kind of surgery. So we'll be here for at least a couple of days. She's gonna have at least 2 nights in here, I think, and then there's at least a 2-week recovery period for her when it comes to walking around and doing all that stuff. So I don't think you're gonna see much of us for a while. There's no point really doing a lot of hospital update videos or anything like that. And it's kind of awkward always filming in the hospital and things. But you should see me right around the beginning of all the Halloween festivities and haunts and stuff like that. So we should be back in time for those. And in the meantime, if you don't know, I'll keep everybody updated via Instagram and Facebook. I think both my Instagram and my Facebook are just Justin Scarred. 2 R's, Scarred, not scared, even though Halloween is coming. And I'm just so grateful. I'm exhausted and grateful and overwhelmed and really grateful for all the wonderful, nice messages and comments everybody leaves Allie and all the prayers and keeping her in your thoughts and all that stuff. So we're okay. She's okay. So far, everything is good, and we're just going to take it easy and kind of disappear from the radar. But like I said, Instagram and Facebook, I'll try and post some pictures to keep everybody updated, and I'm sure Allie will update her own stuff as she gets a little stronger and pays attention. We just don't want to leave everybody hanging and wondering. So we are okay. Everybody's all right, and all is well. We've done our duty today, so we're gonna hospital and sleep well. And I'll see you guys all in a week or so.